This is the Washington Times front page for Labor Day, Monday, September 5th, 2022. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. Democrats are buoyed by stronger than anticipated polling, solid fundraising, and untested rivals, carrying a renewed sense of optimism about their chances of holding the Senate majority in the midterm elections. Republicans are still projected to win control of the House of Representatives, but Seth MacLachlan reports they're far less bullish about flipping the Senate as some of their candidates struggle to connect with the electorate. That's the backdrop as candidates fan out across the country this weekend to honor the American labor movement by marching in local parades, attending ball games, and meeting with voters at picnics. The health of one of those candidates, Pennsylvania Democratic Senate nominee and Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, has received relatively little scrutiny since he suffered a stroke more than 3 months ago. Dave Boyer reports Fetterman is also avoiding questions about whether he'll debate his Republican opponent, Mehmet Oz. He's leading the celebrity television doctor by 7.4 percentage points in the Real Clear Politics average of recent polls. Fetterman did say in an appearance on MSNBC that he feels amazing and is walking 5 miles per day. He also said he's having some difficulty hearing from time to time. Union organization has shifted from the factory floor to TikTok and YouTube, where a new generation of workers in coffee shops and fast food restaurants are harnessing the power of social media to fight for better working conditions and higher pay. Susan Ferricchio reports baristas, warehouse workers, and fast food employees are bucking the decline by organizing smaller unions with little initial help from big labor groups. Instead, these union startups are relying on social media to gain traction and grow their membership. It's a good sign for the labor effort after union membership continued its decades-long decline last year, falling 0.5% to 10.3% of the domestic workforce. You can read all of these stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page. You can also find our entire lineup of news, commentary, and sports podcasts at WashingtonTimes.com/podcasts. The strike last month on al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri showed at first glance that U.S. forces can still carry out military and intelligence missions in Afghanistan without Americans on the ground. Beneath the surface, however, Ben Wolfgang reports the bombing of al-Zawahiri's safe house exposed much deeper long-term problems for the United States. Chief among those are clear links between the Taliban and al-Qaeda. Some specialists say that the ties are virtually unbreakable and are likely to strengthen with the Taliban cementing their rule and no steady U.S. presence to act as a counterbalance. And finally, it's been 4 months since the leak of the Supreme Court's draft opinion overturning national abortion rights with no public sign of progress to identify the leaker. Former law clerks at the High Court from across the political spectrum were also uniformly stunned when Justice Samuel Alito's draft dropped online. But Alex Warrior reports they differ broadly on whether the court should identify the culprit and whether the leaker needs to be punished to counter such future disclosures. Despite the magnitude of the breach of etiquette and procedure in a city that's not known for keeping secrets, some think the mystery may never be cracked or at least revealed to outsiders. Alex also looks at an article posted at George Washington Law Review's On the Docket forum discussing the profound shift in tone and argument about the court's new conservative majority on issues such as abortion, guns, and religion. Many longtime court watchers, especially from a Democratic perspective, seem stunned by the swiftness and magnitude of the change. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Washington Times in any major podcast app. You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.